Alright, everybody, welcome to the Yuki Roundup show for this coming week, March 19th, 2023. Tomorrow, very big day for us as we start Mario 64 Green Stars by Case Emmanuel and Campbell 125. And today's roundup, we're going to take a look at what's coming up for this week, and next month. Yes, I know it's early, it's only March 19th. But I already have a preview for you for next month. I'm going to show you guys the roadmap next week. I'm going to give you a preview of next month today. So, here is the roundup for today. Today, we are going to be talking about next month's team preview crossover month. We'll be talking about streaming on Kick and Twitch, which starts mañana. I'm going to be giving you guys the preview of Green Stars tonight as an upload. And I'm going to be talking about an horror games idea, which I'll talk to you guys about later in this roundup. And will there be more Mario games on the RetroYuuki channel? So let's talk about next month's preview. And next month we're going to be featuring crossover month. What is crossover month, you might ask? And these are going to be Super Mario 64 ROM hacks, but they have a crossover with a different game. So allow me to show you a little preview of that. So there was a competition back in 2018 called called a crossover competition. Actually, 2022, last year. So crossover. So for example, we could have Mario and WarioWare. WarioWare being another game from Nintendo with Wario. We have Neon Genesis Evangelion, which is going to be a crossover with the Neon Genesis series. We even have Sonic and Mario's Mind. So basically a Mario 64 ROM hack, but the concept is going to be a crossover with a different game. Mario in Clock Town. That is from Zelda. Um, Pac Mario is a crossover with Pac-Man and Mario. Anime Fighter 64 is a crossover with Mario 64 and a fighting game. Yes, a fighting game. We also have Mario Souls. If you know about a game called Dark Souls, that is the crossover game. And another example, Power Stardew Valley is a crossover with Mario 64 and Stardew Valley, the farming game. So there are 39 39 ROM hacks with a um crossover variant. Okay, we're gonna take a look at them. Not all 39 of them, of course, but we're gonna take a look at some of them that look interesting for April. So that's a little preview of what we're gonna have for April. Keep in mind some of these are short and some of these we're not gonna play. Obviously, we're still gonna be doing Green Stars as the main hack. So that's a little preview for our crossover month, for the month of April. Now I want to talk about the streaming on Kick and Twitch, which will begin tomorrow as part of our new ROM hack, Super Mario 64 The Green Stars. So what is Twitch and what is Kick? Well, everybody knows about Twitch. It's the streaming site that's purple. Yes, I'm not kidding. It's purple. This is Twitch, ladies and gentlemen. And as you can see, it's purple. The logo is purple, the thing is purple, everything is purple. But it's one of the most famous streaming platforms that you can play with it. It's like everybody's go-to when it comes to streaming. So when anybody talks to you about, oh, I want to be a streamer, most of the time they're not gonna say YouTube. They're gonna say Twitch. Okay, so that is Twitch. It's the most famous platform ever you're gonna be streaming on. So if you want to watch Warzone, you want to watch Fortnite, come to Twitch. However, a new competitor has risen, ladies and gentlemen, and that, my friends, is Kick. And no, I am not joking. That is the name of the platform. This, my friends, is Kick. And you may have already noticed something. The layout or the UI or the user interface looks very similar to something else. Which, on the left side, you have the recommended channels. Actually, let me go to the main Kiki here. On the left side, you have the recommended channels on the bottom there because I'm already following several of my favorite content creator friends. On the right side, you have the featured streams, very similar to Twitch. The top categories, very similar to Twitch. The only difference, of course, is the meta, and that's it. Because Twitch, the meta is any popular game. The meta on Twitch, on Kick, is slot machines. But there are gamers out here, so do not worry. There are gamers out here. So if we look at Super Mario 64, there are 19 viewers. Easy. Easy, easy, GG. 19 viewers. And 59 viewers. 59 followers, excuse me. So you have a shot at joining Mr. Kick over here. And if you want to take a look at the channel, it's under RetroYuuki. I'm not calling him MarioYuki right now, just because I want to see where we go on Kiki. Now, you may have noticed, however, there is one offside stream, and that is VR chat. However, that was just for testing purposes only. This was just very recent, by the way. This Roots the Bat VR chat was very recent. But this was more of a test stream than anything. It is a full stream, but it's a test stream on Kick. The real thing, however, you want to see is the panels. Exactly the same on Twitch. So basically, it's like Trovo too. Okay, think about it this way. Twitch is purple, Kick is green, Trovo is green. So that's how you differentiate the platforms. What color is their branding? So Kick is green, Trovo is green, and Twitch is purple. YouTube is red, Facebook is blue. That's how you differentiate. Now, I want to remind you guys that if you are going to follow me on Kick, please let me know in the chat, because unfortunately, LiveBot, the bot used for Twitch Kick, is currently like an beta. And because of that, the commands will not work some of the time. So if you are going to follow me on Kick, it's RetroYuuki, but let me know in chat so that I know to say thank you. Because LiveBot is not currently active, and because it's still in beta as well. Now you may have noticed there's something else. There's the tips and support page. If you guys want to support the channels either on Kiki or on Twitchy or on channel, use this page. Keep in mind you do need to log in. Okay, keep that in mind. If you want to support the channel, you have to log in. This is for protection purposes, of course. Okay, so keep that in mind if you guys are interested in supporting the channel. Okay, you can also get to the MarioYuuki YouTube and the main YouTube. Main YouTube is RetroYuuki Productions. MarioYuuki on YouTube is obviously Mario. Okay, so keep that in mind. Next thing, we have the Green Stars preview video. I'm going to be uploading that puppy later tonight. There's 5 stars for you guys to check out, and we're going to recollect those 5 stars starting tomorrow. Keep in mind that it's a big boy hack. You might be wondering, why is it a big boy hack compared to what we just played? Basically, it's because it's a big boy hack because it's partially made by a famous content creator who's also making ROM hacks, Case Emanuar. Case Emmanuel has been making ROM hacks for a while. His famous ones are Star Road, Green Stars, and Last Impact. I believe there's one more he made. We're gonna play all three eventually in 2023, of course. So that is why it's a big boy. That does not mean he's perfect. There's no perfect ROM hack, but he is famous for those three. And most of the time, when you talk about, oh, I want to play a ROM hack, a lot of people know about the Green Stars, Blast Impact, and Star Road. Those three are the most famous ones, and most of them are made by K's Emmanuel. And of course, if you've been in the Mario 64 ROM hacking scene, another person you want to take a look at is Simple Flips, but not because of ROM hack development. It's more of him playing ROM hacks, and that's why you see people who play Mario games that shout out a simple a very simple line, no pun intended. It's shout out to the Simple Flips because a lot of people love his ROM hacks in terms of development, in terms of playing them. His ROM hack gameplay. Another one is to take a look at is Snowplax. He's a Mario creator as well. Snowplax and Simple Flips. But a lot of people know Simple Flips because of the shoutouts. And I believe Nathaniel Bandy as well is another ROM hack player. He doesn't develop them, but there is a competition named after Nathaniel Bandy, the YouTuber. So we might even have a month of Nathaniel Bandy ROM hacks for the play. So look out for that. The next thing I want to talk about is a thing that I wanted to try, but I never got it off the ground. It is the horror games. You'll be wondering, wait a second, what is this? So back in 2022, I had this idea of doing a day or doing a channel where we play horror game. Scary games is the other way to put it. One of them being Resident Evil. Now you may be wondering what happened to that. Well, a few things happened. First of all, back when I tried it out, I was actually playing as a character, Shadow. I was playing as Shadow, as in Shadow the Hedgehog, with a voice mod. Now, it did work for a bit, and then I stopped doing it. And you may be wondering what happened. Well, a few things happened. Number one, we started going into like VR chat and stuff, and that took some time off of that. And then we didn't have a solidified schedule for a horror game. Okay? But with the RetroYuuki channel taking off a bit, like as in like starting to get traction, it reminded me of playing horror games, but not on RetroYuuki, of course. On that other channel that I was going to try to do. Okay? So what happened? A lot of things. Will it come back, however? Well, that depends. It depends on a few it depends on a few things. Number one, normally I don't stream on Sundays. Sunday is my content day. Like videos and all that good stuff. Just for today though, and maybe for a few more Sundays, we're gonna be doing this. Where I stream on a Sunday. And the only reason why I'm streaming tonight, late, is to prepare for the Green Stars. That's it. Other than that, there will be no other Sundays of streaming, and normally I would do content like reaction videos. But because we're playing a big boy ROM hack, we're gonna get ready for that one. So that's what's going on there. Now, will horror games come back? I am thinking about it, but I have to be very careful with this because it has to be a new channel. if we do this because of the way that I started this. Keep in mind, the Mario Yuki channel was not Mario Yuki. It was supposed to be Mario Yuki World, and that's a whole different story. Mario Yuki World was supposed to be for Super Mario World ROM hacks, okay? And specifically Super Mario World ROM hacks. But then I was thinking, what would make this channel poppin'? And then I was thinking, oh, you know what? Super Mario 64. Because a lot of people grew up. There's a lot of people who grew up in the Mario days with Mario 64 or Super Mario World. I grew up, I was born in 1995. That was, I believe, the time Super Mario World came out first. Let's just make sure that is absolutely right. So, Super Mario World, let me just make sure I'm right on that. It came out 1990. So I was born in 1995. So that's 5 years later. And then we have Super Mario 64 came out in 1996, which is 1 year after I was born. The Super Mario World came out first. I believe my first console was the Super Nintendo. That's how I remember Super Mario World first, then Super Mario 64. And the way that I got to learn Super Mario 64 was interesting because I actually got to when I was younger. My dad and mom tell me this story because I was very young Yuki back then. Okay, a very young Yuki. So we go to Las Vegas every summer, especially this summer too. We go to Vegas every summer, or sometimes in the winter too. But back then I was super young. In the room, in the actual hotel room. Let's see if you remember this story, if you have similar experiences. In the hotel room, you can rent a game or you can play a game in the hotel room. Guess what they had? They had a Super Mario 64 and a Nintendo 64 system with Super Mario 64. That's how I got to play Super Mario 64 in the hotel room. Now, obviously, they don't have. I don't think they have that anymore. But that was the best. That was like my first like real exposure to the game. And then of course I got Nintendo 64 for Christmas. Everybody's favorite item when the 64 came out. The yes, yes, yes. That video, yeah. I was that kid too. Don't not worry. But that was the best story I got told from my parents. And that's how I got to learn Super Mario 64. But again, the first thing I had was a Super Nintendo for Super Mario World. And that's how Mario Yuki World was born initially. We're gonna be playing Super Mario 6, Super Mario World ROM hacks. And I actually still have that channel. I have that channel. Let me see if I still have it. Yeah. Yep, right there. Mario Yuki 2. It's now called Mario Yuki 2. This is Mario Yuki 2. Originally for Super Mario World ROM hacks. I stopped doing this because it didn't get as much traction that I was thinking it's gonna do. But it gave me an idea for 2023. And I bring this up because there was a comment during one of the live streams this week or last week that said, "Hey, Yuki, why don't you play Super Mario Sunshine?" And I remember that stream. because it was the one where we finished Super Mario 64. I believe we finished the ROM hack for the. Let me just make sure. I remember this stream too. It was very recent. I believe it was Fallen Stars because we finished it 100%. Yeah, it was Fallen Stars. Let me just make sure. We just finished this ROM hack, or I think it was the other one. I remember somebody was talking to me in the chat. It said, "Hey, why don't you play Super Mario Sunshine?" And I said, "Yeah, as long as it got support." And when I mean support, I mean the voting system at the time. Because at the time we were doing the Yuki coin incentives, but it didn't work to our advantage because everybody was talking about voting on the poll. So I said, I I scratched the Yuki coin idea so they can vote on YouTube. So I was thinking about it when I was sleeping today. That's why I added it last minute to the roundup today. Will there be other Mario games other than Super Mario 64? The answer is yes. But the reason why I'm starting with Super Mario 64 is because it's a game that everybody knows. Everybody knows Super Mario 64. It's a classic. It's a game I grew up playing. Everybody knows Super Mario World. It's a game. It's a classic that I started playing when I was younger. But Super Mario Sunshine is a game. I grew up when I was younger and I played it. Mario Power Tennis is a game I played. So yes, the answer to that question, will there be more Mario games on this channel? The answer is yes. However, the reason why I haven't started them is because I want to see where this ROM hacking scene goes. If the ROM hacks get more engagement, then I'm gonna say ROM hacks, including Super Mario World, and maybe some Super Mario Sunshine ones. But if you guys want me to play the original Mario games from Nintendo, then I'll be happy to. I just need to make sure we do the right ones. That's why I want you guys to vote on the games that we have on the board. But there's nothing yet because I don't have any official games on the board yet. So we're gonna have to wait. You're gonna have to wait for a bit. That's why you're gonna have to wait until the next week because we're gonna do the roundup show for the preview of April, including the roadmap. And some of them you can vote for, by the way. So get ready to vote using the poll system. Okay, let me talk about the other channels as well, just to give you guys a full roundup for the preview of next week and the preview of everything else. Don't forget main channel Tuesday and Thursday we have VR chat night. Tuesday we're gonna be playing as Shady, and Thursday I'm gonna be playing as Infinite. We're gonna be doing a game night, by the way. So just like last time we played Zombie Survival, this coming week on Tuesday, we're gonna be checking out some new games with Shady and Infinite, of course, and we're gonna try them out. Then we go back in 2 weeks. We go back to our regular RP, our regular hangout night. Okay, I just want to see where this game night stanza goes. Next thing on the channel, we have more reactions with Francis the Hedgehog. We have more Sailor Piece of reactions, of course. And we're going to be starting the Legend 7 Rings saga. So the 7 Rings series. We're going to start that. I will warn you, however, there are going to be videos worth 30 minutes. They are 30 minutes long. I am not going to react a whole 30 minutes though. I'm going to split them up into two if I need to. Okay, as you can see on the board already, there is one reaction over 15. Actually, two of them are over 15 minutes. So, right off the bat, you know I'm going to have to break it up. I'm not going to sit down for 30 minutes to do a reaction. It's going to be hard. So we'll see what I'm going to do with those. Infinite Visits DeviantArt is returning soon. We're gonna be doing the next game is gonna be Halo. We're gonna react to Halo artwork. And I think that's it for now. All right, so we will see you guys at 11:15 for our Super Mario 64 Ruby, and I'm going to feature some small ROM hacks in the event that we finish Ruby. There are seven stars to go. All right, we'll see you guys at around 11:15 for more Mario, ladies and gentlemen. There's a lot of Mario to come. Get it? Mario. So we'll see you guys in about, by the time you watch this, 30 minutes, 15 minutes. Enjoy. Live life to the fullest. We'll see you guys in 15 minutes.